Okay, so I'm on the way, y'all. On the way. Go see my pops. I'm excited. You know, I get excited every time. I think about going and seeing my pops. You know what I'm saying? I do. I get excited. I love spending time with my dad. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a reason why I think I love spending time with my father is because I wasted a lot of time, y'all. I mean, I just got to keep it a buck. I wasted a lot of time. You dig? And what do I mean by wasting a lot of time? You know, I wasted a lot of time being distant from my pop, right? When I didn't have to be. My pop had been reaching out to me. He had been wanting to have a relationship with me. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, you know, in my own way. You know, part of me was mad, right? Angry, because he wasn't there, you know, for a lot of years when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Then part of me was just not trusting. You know what I'm saying? By then I was already married. You know, had a couple kids, and just, you know, I wasn't trusting. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand him as a grandpa wanting to be around all the time because he wanted to be in the kids' life, and, you know, and I'm at work, you know, and right, I'm like, you know, so I just wasn't trusting, you know. Then there was a good part of me that I had seen some things, you know what I'm saying? I had seen some things. I was witnessing some things, and those things that I was witness to, I had not released my pop from. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't forgiven him, or I hadn't, you know, I was still judging him by those things. I was still holding those things against him. You did? And so I wasted a lot of time. When I mean time, I ain't talking about a couple months. I'm not even talking about a couple years. I mean, I wasted years. You feel me? A lot of years was wasted behind my immaturity and not wanting to come to terms with who my dad was, and not wanting to really take a hard look at how everything went down, how everything unfolded. You did? And instead of judging him by that and looking at, you know, the light from those parameters and sunglasses, I'm looking at it from my own standpoint and selfishness of, woe's me, and what about me, and this is about me, and all this kind of stuff. And every aspect that I was looking at it, in some kind of way, it involved me. I was involved. Let me repeat that again. In every way that I was looking at the situation, you dig? I was involved. It had something to do with me, involved me, some kind of shape, form, or fashion. So once I realized that, like, wow, so all this time that had been wasted, that I missed out on memories and missed out on things I could have did with my dad, and times that he spent with the kids that I wasn't a part of, and, you know, just things like that, because of pride. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, I can break pride down into segments and say, yeah, part of it was this, part of it was that. But what it ultimately falls under the umbrella is pride. My pride cost me years with my dad. Cost me years of memories, years of instruction that I could have been getting, that I could have been passing along to my kids and grandkids, that I could have been sharing with y'all. Years. But you know what? I'm glad that God made a way for me to have a relationship with my dad now, and that God allowed me to redeem the time. You dig? So, yo, I might have shared this, and I don't remember if I shared it in great detail, but my dad had COVID, right? My dad had COVID, okay? he had COVID. And we didn't think he was going to make it. My dad had COVID this year. We didn't think he was going to make it. But he did. You know what I'm saying? He made it through. He was on a ventilator, y'all. You ain't hear me. He's on a ventilator, but he made it through. So, every opportunity that I get, I'm going to spend with my dad. You know what I'm saying? My mom is here in Sacramento, and I see my mom often. But my dad is 2 hours away. And every opportunity that I get, every day off or vacation day that I'm not doing something, I am going to redeem that time with my dad. All those years that was lost because of my pride, God has allowed me to have a second opportunity with my pop and regain some. I can't regain all, 30 years, but I can regain what I can. And however long my dad has left, I'm going to spend that time with him. You feel me? So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And so that's why I get excited when I talk about my dad. My dad is heck of funny. You feel me? I mean, natural born comedian, very outspoken, and I hear it all the time about, you so loud, oh, you so loud. Look, I get it naturally. My pops is loud, for real. He's come daytime. He's came down a taste since he's gotten a little older. But oh yeah, he's naturally loud and funny and the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? Whenever there's something they need a master of ceremonies, they call Don Juan. You dig? Whenever there's a eulogy that needs to be done, they'll have the pastor do the eulogy, but the host of ceremonies is going to be Don Juan. Whenever they need any of that, a speaker, someone to lead, take charge, it's going to be Don Juan. You dig? So, I kind of think I get some of that from my pop. I don't really think I'm the leader like he is, but I believe I'm a leader in my own right, you know what I'm saying? And I know I get that from him. And I also get it from my mama, because my mama definitely is a leader. She ain't no joke, you feel me? Yeah, my mama had me when she was 15, you dig? Back in them days. So she was no joke, you know what I'm saying? My mama taught me a lot too, but right now it ain't about my mama. It's about my daddy. Yeah, so I love my daddy, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to redeem the time back with my dad, because there's things my dad can teach me that my mama can't teach me. She never could. She might be able to tell me about, but it's not the same as coming from my pop. It don't carry the same weight because he lived it. You know what I'm saying? He's been in a man's skin. He's dealt with the thoughts that I struggle with now. He's wrestled with the opponents that I'm soon to face. You know what I'm saying? He's conquered the mountains that I wish to face and climb and be triumphed over. So every opportunity that I get to glean and to learn and to be instructed, to be corrected, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take that every time. Every time. And if your father is still living, men, women, I suggest you do the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we get hung up on, they ain't been there, they ain't never been there. Somebody got to be the bigger one and let that go. I know they get hung up on, well, you don't know what he did to me. He did this to me. He did that to me. It was a moment in time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that whatever happened, that they regret. This is one thing I think we forget, that we're all human. You know what I'm saying? We're human. We make mistakes. There's no instruction manual on walking in this life, right? Outside of the Bible. But lot of people don't know the Bible. They don't read the Bible. They don't believe in the Bible. You dig? So they already are absent or lacking moral compass. So just saying, we make mistakes. I know as a parent, I've made mistakes. You dig? And some that I truly regret and will till I die. But we make mistakes as parents. But it was just a moment in time, right? I had to realize that what my dad had went through with my mom was just a moment in time. All the other stuff that came after wasn't necessarily his fault. It was other people's fault. But yet it was still a moment in time. And then even on the aspect of when he tried to come in my life and be a part of my life, and I kept tapping his hand, I kept pushing him away, I kept making excuses, I kept using, my spirituality as a crutch. You did? It was wasting a lot of time. And so, I don't want that for my kids. I don't want my kids wasting a lot of time. Whatever their issues are, whatever their hang-ups are with me, I don't want them wasting a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Realize that whatever mistakes I did, they were a moment in time. Okay? Some things I regret, some things I don't. Some things I would not change the way I've done them. Okay? Whether that's just my style of parenting, whether that's just from the lot that I grew up from. I grew up in the, I'm a 60s baby. So that's the lot in the area of time that I grew up in. But some things I'm not going to apologize for. I'm not going to change. I'm old school. I'm old school. That's just me. I think I'm not an old dog or I can't learn new tricks though. Yeah. Your boy can learn some new tricks. But anyway, I don't want them to lose time with me like I lost with my dad. You feel me? I don't want them to lose that kind of time. Because when time is lost, you can't get it back. You can't get it back. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. And once the person is gone, the ability to make memories is forever gone. So don't waste the time. If you got a parent that's still living, spend the time, make the memories. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifice, because you're going to wish that you had in the long run if you don't now. You dig? Just a little wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Just a little words of advice on this superb Saturday. You know what I'm saying? On this stupendous Saturday. Coming with a little power hour. While we ride down the road, and if y'all ain't doing nothing and y'all don't mind listening to me, we have a little power hour. You know what I'm saying? We just share and we can glean from one another. I need to hear from y'all. I need to glean from y'all. I need y'all to be talking back to me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Leave some comments. Leave some comments down below. Where's your relationship with your parents? If your parents are still living. Condolences to those whose parents have passed. And I pray that you made memories with your parent before they passed. If it was possible. Sometimes that's not always possible, from incarceration or death or, another state, another country, maybe, being with another family. Sometimes that's not always possible either. So there's circumstances and situations, but outside of those special cases, which may vary from percentages, if your parent is still living and you don't have a good relationship with them, try to reach out and mend. Yeah, I know you've tried before 100 times, but try 101. Yeah, I know they can be extremely difficult, but the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Feel me? So try to reach out to them, man. Try to mend that relationship, or at least let it be known that you want to mend the relationship. You know what I'm saying? if your parent is in another state, try to locate them, call them, find out where they at. If you happen to go visit and you have the means to go visit, go check on them. You don't understand how much it would mean to have you come love on them. You dig? And you say, well, no, you don't understand how much it would have meant to me to have them love on me when I was at. See, that's that bitterness talking. That's that unforgiveness talking. That's that unhealing talking. You know, some of y'all need to be healed. Yep. Some of y'all need to be healed. And the reason why you can't move forward because ain't no healing have taken place. You need to go down on your knees and ask God to heal you, right? To heal you of that thing so that it no longer hurts, so that now he can use that thing to be a strength. He can use that thing to be powerful and to help set someone else free. How? Because I was struggling with the same thing that you were struggling with. But guess what? God set me free. Why? Because I wanted to be healed. I didn't want to continue to carry that thing. That thing gets heavy. Don't you see the bags under my eyes? You know what I'm saying? That weight gets heavy. Don't you see my shoulders drooping? Do you see that knot on my back? Sin gets heavy, right? But also not just sin, but every weight that so easily besets us. It gets heavy, man. That weight gets heavy. It's time to put that weight down. Real talk. It's time to put that weight down. Man, that weight has got you jacked up, man. Got you jacked up. It's time to put that weight down. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Life is too short, man. It's time to make up, man. It's time to forgive folks. You know what I'm saying? It's time to heal and mend some things, mend some relationships. You know, relationships that you've been estranged from for years. Years! Come on, man. It's time out for that. It's real talk. People is dying out here. People is dying out here. Do you hear me? Come on. You can go to a concert. A concert! And not come home as a kid, as a teenager. What? The devil ain't playing. He's serious out here. What? Man, y'all better wake up and realize, man. You know what I'm saying? The devil ain't playing out here. It's time to stop all this hating and being angry and mad and put that pride aside, man, and start loving on people. You know what I'm saying? Start seeking forgiveness. Trying to mend relationships. Come on, man. It's time out for that. If you got a problem with me, tell me so I can try my best to get it right if I can. How can I get it right with you if you don't come to me and tell me what the issue is? Message. How can I get it right with you if you never come to me and tell me that there's a problem? Come talk to me, man. I'm not no boogeyman. I'm not Jason. I'm not Michael Myers. Come talk to me. How am I supposed to fix a problem unless you come tell me that there's a problem? And if you never tell me a problem, act like everything's all good every time you see me, but then, you know, as soon as I turn my back, you ready to stab me? What is that? It's time out for being fake. It's time out for being Trumpish. Yeah, I said it. It's time out for being Trumpish, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Come talk to me if you got a problem with me. Go talk to your parent if you got a problem with your parent. Don't hold it against them what they did to you, 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years ago. I'm sure that they have thought about that thing and they regret that thing, if they could go back and change it, they would do it differently if it meant that it was going to cost the relationship. Get it right with your parent, man. It's important. You dig? So I said all that because I was once in that position. I was once in that place where, my pride, man, was killing the relationship with me and my father. It was killing it. And I'm so thankful, man, that God made a way, an opportunity for me to look at the situation for what it is, right? And be able to say, you know what, Lord, I'm sorry. I don't want to be in this situation no more, God. I don't want to lose my dad and then regret never spending time with him, never listening to him, never trying to understand him, and from his perspective and from the time frame that he grew up and where he came from and how things were and how the times might have shaped his thoughts and how grandma and grandpa might have shaped his thoughts and how his siblings might have shaped his thoughts and how women might, you know what I'm saying? I would have regretted not spending that time getting to know him and learn him. And I pray that you all take the time to get to know your parents. Make memories with them. Go out with them. Have coffee with them. If they're a parent that likes to be on the go, then make some time and be on the go with them. If not, just to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? My dad likes to be on the go. I mean, he likes to be at home too, but he's pretty active. He likes to walk and he likes to bike ride and he likes to do marathons. My dad he's very active. This is after COVID. This is before COVID, but even after COVID, you know what I'm saying? It ain't stopped him, from doing what he loves to do. So I'll go on walks with him. I don't mind walking. It's not necessarily my thing, but because I love him and I love listening to him and I want to spend time with him, whatever it is. So if he say, hey, I want to go bike riding. Oh, give me my helmet. Let's go. Hey, I think I want to try this. Okay, Pop, come on, let's go. I'm with you. I'm rolling with you. We're on your time, baby. Because it's about spending time with him. It's about being with him. It's about loving him. It's about giving back to him. You dig? And I just pray that my kids get to a place like that. I pray that my children get to a place in their mind, in their heart, to where they want to spend time with me. They want to give back to me. They want to get the information that I have. They want to get the knowledge that I have. They want to get the gold nuggets and the gems and the treasure trove, the chest of treasure that I have, that I've accumulated, that I've amassed, and that I still have because I haven't even scratched the surface of what God has prepared for me. My eyes can't see and my mind can't comprehend. My ears haven't even heard the great, tremendous, bountiful blessings that God has for me. You dig? So I know, man, when it comes to my kids, if my kids tap into me and desire to want to have a relationship, they're gonna be so wealthy, it's gonna be ridiculous. But this is something we all have to choose and we have to make a decision on. You did? And so, like I said, I know it's COVID. It's been almost 2 years now. We've been dealing with COVID, but you know what? My dad had it, and he was on a ventilator, y'all. He was in a hospital, and I could not go see him. He did for like what I think it was like maybe Mom said 10, 11 days. He was on that ventilator. I think maybe the 12th day they took him off, but he was struggling. You feel me? But God chose to keep him around, and I don't care care what nobody say. I mean, I know mom may say, God chose to keep him around for her. I know that's her husband. She was praying for him. But you know what? I'm sorry. I really believe he kept him around for me because there's things he needs to pass to me as his firstborn eldest son. There's things he needs to pass to me before he dies. And that has nothing to do with you, Mom. Or nothing to do with you, sis. But me as the eldest, there's still things I need to glean from my dad. So I just thank God for that. I thank him for keeping my papa around. And, I could talk about my papa all day. My papa's a Warriors fan, you know what I'm saying? He turned me to a Warriors fan. Because, see, I really wasn't really a basketball fan, right? I mean, in high school and all that, I ran cross country, so I was on the track team. Damn what y'all say. Cross country is still part of the damn track team. The hell what y'all say. I was on the track team. I had a jacket, damn it. I had a Leatherman jacket. So what, I ran cross country. Anyway, but that's what I did in sports. Basketball wasn't really my thing. I liked to play, but I wasn't very good at it, so I really didn't trip. Football, I was too small. I was not trying to get killed out there. I was a nerd. I wore glasses, pocket protector, the flood pants, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I ran cross country. But I wasn't really a sports fan. And then my dad my grandpa, Mr. Lewis, my adopted grandpa, he kind of turned me on to baseball, to the Giants, right? And I can't say I was a Giants fan. I still really wasn't like a true Giants fan. But I like watching the game with him, you dig? And we would watch the game, and a lot of times we would listen to it because he had a Chevy Caprice, right? He had a little ice chest in the back, so he'd go get his, whenever we stopped the park, he'd go get his drink, make his drink from the ice chest, and come sit in front, turn the ball game on. We'd sit and watch it. We would listen to the ball game on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up listening to baseball, and to this day I can listen to baseball, but it's just hard to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard for me to watch. So anyway. So then, he turned me on to the 49ers. He took me to my first 49er game way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I became a 49er fan when I was in high school. But I still wasn't a basketball guy. I wasn't even a football guy. I was just a 49er fan. Right? Repping my hood, repping my city, my squad. You know what I'm saying? West Side to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, like by the time I graduated and got into the service, right? Because I went into the service when I was 18. So by the time I graduated, went into service at 18. That's when I started getting into basketball, and it was because of my dad. My dad was a Warriors fan, right? My dad has been a diehard Warriors fan since he was in high school. He went to Bal. My mom went to Bal. They both graduated from Bal. I went to Bal, graduated from Bal. So diehard, San Francisco, fanatic. You feel me? And even though, the Warriors was the Oakland Warriors before then, they were San Francisco. Y'all forgot about it. You got to go way, way, way back. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my dad turned me on to the Warriors, But even then, because this ties back to my issues with my dad, my pride with my dad, right? He turned me on to basketball, but because he was a Warriors fan, I didn't want to be a Warriors fan. I turned to being like a Boston fan, and then a Trailblazer. Well, I was a Trailblazers fan first because I had dreadlocks, and my kids used to always call me Grant, right? Always the teachers called me Grant. So I was a Trailblazer fan for a while. Then after that, I became a Boston Celtic fan for a minute, right? I was a Paul Pierce fan, right? Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce fan. And then after that, I was like, okay, by then I had buried my pride and all that with my dad, and I was trying to come around and have a relationship with my dad. So then I turned to the Golden State Warriors, right? Which is where my heart was all the whole time, but because of my pride and my issues, a lot of years was wasted, all that, and I already been talking about that. So anyway, so I became a Golden State Warrior fan, and have been one. Not when Curry got there. I didn't become a Golden State Warrior fan probably until like around 2011. Yeah, 2011, 2012. Because I had my seizure in 2012. In September 2012, I had my seizure. I did a video on that. So if y'all wanna know about the seizure I had, it's a video I did called "The Time I Almost Died," smoking Chunky Monkey. Go check that video out. You did, but yeah, it was 2012 when I had my seizure. So it had to been like 2010, 2011. They had just drafted Curry in 2009. So I wasn't a fan then, but it was right after that, like right after his rookie year, I think it's somewhere around there where, I had watched my first game with my dad, my first Warriors game with my dad. And so that's how I became a Warriors fan. You feel me? It was because of my pop. So yeah, my pop has had a lot of influence in my life, man. He's had a lot of influence in my life. My pop was the first one that got me into drawing. You know what I'm saying? I used to draw when I was young, and I was really good at it all the way through high school. I used to take classes in high school and everything for art class and doing ceramic work. Right, I was pretty good with ceramics, and I'm not talking about pottery like bowls and plates. I'm talking about like making robots and stuff like that. Yeah, I was pretty dope. So, but I think the reason why I didn't pursue it is because of several factors, right? One, I was making money in high school. See, I didn't go to high school like most people. I was on what they call the 4-4 program, right? Where you go to school for the first 4 hours, and then after that you go on what's called work program for 4 hours, and you get credit for it. And see, what happened was, my 9th grade, and then going to summer school, and then my 10th grade, I had built enough credits to where I could go in the 4-4 program, right? And because the 4-4 program gave you credits as if it was summer school, because you worked, whatever during the day, and then when school was out, you still continue to work, so you got summer credit. So when I was working during the summer, I was getting credit for that, right? So I went to Bal my 9th grade year. My 10th grade, my first semester, 10th grade, I went to Concord High. And I only went there one semester because I was getting bullied every day. Getting my lunch took on the bus every day. Yeah, in the 10th grade, Nick Rose, I was getting my lunch took every day. Told you I was a nerd. And so one day I finally snapped, and my mom was like, you got to go. You got to go back to your grandma's. So I went back to Frisco, went back to Bal. But by then, I didn't want to go back into being bullied again. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to work, because I was tired of wearing the flood pants. I was tired of wearing the kids. I was tired of wearing the patch on the knees and getting dumped in garbage. I was tired of all that, right? I didn't want to go through that shit. I didn't want to go through that anymore. So what I did was I started working. I got with this was when Dianne Feinstein was the youth. She was the mayor of San Francisco at the time. And so I started working in this program called the Mayor's Youth Work Program. And it allowed me to work for the city at 16. But at the time I was 15 and a half. started working at 15 and a half. And because my birthday fell in July and the year didn't start until September, you know what I'm saying? I was like so many months ahead. So anyway, they allowed me to work at 15 and like 3/4. But I started working. And then when I worked through the summer, they gave me school credit, right? That 10th grade summer, going into the 11th grade. So then I just continued that into the 11th grade. You know, I went to school half a day and I went to work the rest of the day, however long I was working. But I got credit for half the rest of the school time, you know. And so by the time I finished the 11th grade, I had enough credits to where I didn't have to go back, you know, to school. I could have graduated then. But because I wanted to walk with my class, I just continued to work the 4-4 program. So half of my classes were electives, the other half were, you know, just whatever bull crap classes. And then I worked the rest of the half of the day, you know. So, you know, I worked all through high school. You know, I wanted money. Now I wasn't money hungry like that. Like I wasn't out there hustling like that. But I just went to work. You know, I went to work and I worked as long as I could. And then I got a second job and I worked, you know, and I worked because even though I was giving half my check to my grandma, that's why even now to this day, when I do get a woman or when a woman sees my value and sees my worth and decides that she wants to have me in her life, you know, because she sees my worth and my value, I don't have a problem giving my woman my check. I know a lot of brothers out there would be like, oh, no, brother, hell no, stop the presses, hold on, I ain't giving, you got it backwards. Look, I don't have a problem giving my woman, my wife, my woman, my check. Because my wife, my woman, is going to be trustworthy, and she's going to be faithful, and she's going to take care of business and know how to take care of business and do what needs to be done. And I don't have to worry about it. All I got to do is go out there and bust my tail and make the money. I can bring it back to her and let her deal with it and spend it how it needs to be done. And I'm confident in that because I know who I am and what I bring to the table. You feel me? So, you know, at you know, like I said, at 18 and working and having money and bringing half my money home and giving it to my grandma, you know, I'm thinking she put it away from me somewhere. I don't know what she's doing with it, but still, that was I saw that this is my contribution to the house. I'm a man now. You know, wow, I was only 16, but I'm a man now. I got to contribute to the house. You know what I'm saying? And so I was doing things like that. I don't even know if my mom even knows that to this very day. But yeah, I've been working since I was 15 and a half. And so I've never been a lazy dude. I've always been out there. But the reason why my life took the turn it did, and I went to service when I did, is because I was out there, got a high school sweetheart. She got pregnant. And my grandma said, you're going in the Army. Yeah, you ain't finna mess around. You ain't finna put around. In other words, you ain't finna be your daddy. You ain't finna have no kid up here and then all of a sudden ain't got no, you don't know what you're gonna do. You trying to figure it out. Hell no. You going into service. You gonna get a skill. You gonna get a job. You gonna get some benefits. And you gonna take care of that child. And you gonna marry that girl. So, you see, I didn't even have a choice. What, like I could have said, I don't want to marry her. I don't love her. Which I did, but I didn't have that. You gonna marry that girl. You gonna have that baby. And you gonna take care of that family. You laid up and had that family. I told you to keep your worm in your pants. You want to keep your worm in your pants. Now you gonna take care of that family. That's how the old school was. We need more of that. We need more of the old school to come back. That's how the old school used to be. If you're gonna make grown-up decisions, guess what? Now you finna have some grown-up responsibility. Oh heck no, no, I ain't finna do it. You lay down there and had that baby. You lay down there and open your legs and lay with that girl. You made that decision to be grown up. So guess what? Now you finna get out there and work. You gonna take care of that baby, buy them diapers, buy that milk, do what you need to do, take care of that baby. I think that's where they get that from. Yeah, you gonna do. You gonna get out there That's where that came from. You go to there. You go there. That's what I think that came from. Yeah. I've been there. Had that speech. You did? Been there, done that. You feel me? So, that's what I'm saying, man. You know, my grandma's like, you're not going to be your dad. But you know what? The apple don't fall too far from the tree. I made a lot of mistakes that my dad made. The same exact mistakes, almost, I made. A lot of them were with women, dealing with women, right? Because that's where me and my dad have had our similarities as far as our fallings and hang-ups and shortcomings and failures and struggles and challenges with women. But he overcame that. And that let me know that I too can overcome that, right? And so then when I was going, I had one divorce and found my second wife who, was an amazing woman, probably one I should have kept, and I let get away because of stupidity, right? But I've seen now, after 2 wives later and 9 kids later, and 17 or 16 grandkids and 1 grandkid on the way, I see now. You understand? I have a greater understanding now. And so it ain't about having all these women or having, this woman is a little bit of what I want, this one a little bit. No. It's about finding someone who completes you. It ain't about having the dime face, even though that'd be nice if you find that. It ain't about having a fat ass, even though it'd be nice if you find that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about having, all these other things, business and no kids and not. Look, that's ridiculous. Fallacy is most of the time women nowadays are going to have at least 1 child, if not more. Okay? But it's not about how she looks on the outside as it is who she is on the inside. And does she compliment you? Does she complete you? In her imperfectedness, does she make you perfect? That's what it's about. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that imperfect woman that makes me perfect. You dig? Sure, looks are important. Sure, having something is important. But what if situations happen and finances change and you ain't got it no more? What if ass drops, breast drops, or face looks changed? What if they're in an accident or a fire or just old age? I mean, things happen. It's about what's in here. It's about, do you make me laugh? Do you make me feel good about myself? Do you complete me? Do you push me to be the best me I can be? Not only for you, but for everyone else. Because you're that concerned about what God has put in me and what I have to offer everyone, not just you. That's what I'm looking for. You dig? That's what I'm looking for. Someone that will receive my love. Someone that will accept what I give to the table. No matter how small or great, but they'll appreciate my consistency. They'll appreciate my thoughtfulness. They'll appreciate the fact that I put them first. That's the kind of woman I'm looking for, you dig? That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? My dad has been married 39 years, I think now. Close to 40 years. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I respect him and mom for that. I respect my mom for that. My stepmom for that. She's hung by my dad's side. She's hung in there with him through thick and thin. From, family issues to children issues, financial issues to health issues. She has had his back. It ain't always been easy. But I respect her for that. You dig? That's the kind of woman I'm looking for. Someone that's going to look past my faults and see my needs and say, you know what, I got you. And I'm not going to run. So, yeah, when I think about my dad, man, I think about a lot of different things, you dig? And I get happy, I get excited because, you know, I feel like I have a second opportunity, man, with my dad. And a lot of times people don't get that, man.